Hello everyone. So for today I'm going to try Roxy's weekly challenge of library pockets. So I have a bunch of different papers. I mean literally a bunch of different papers. Dictionary page, dyed papers of little kids' names, history book, more dictionary page from fractions, pages on my fall journal. There are some on this cardstock. I chose some different scrapbooking paper. I mean, all over the place. So let's just get started, considering we have so many to do. I don't mind doing this because I know, again, I just try my best with this. Ooh, it's really off. Okay. There. Made it a little bit straighter. I need to make sure I have my glue book out here and my glue stick. So all I'm going to do is make a little cut here, and I'll be doing this several times, obviously, so I'm not too worried about it being perfect. Again, don't have to be the best piece in the world. Just as long as it's the way you want it. But they're quick and easy and fun. So I'm just gonna mass make at this point, just because it's way easier to do it that way. I really do not like that top part, so there we go. So I just cut a little triangle. I'll show you in a little bit how to do the thicker, like cardstocky pieces, like scrapbooking paper, so don't worry, it's coming. I want to do at least 2 of each of these smaller ones, and I find it gives it a little bit more structure with these ones that are lighter paper to take the time and just put these in the inside portion of it. Again, it just makes it a little bit more of a thicker feeling to it. And you don't really need too much glue. I mean, you could use it if you're into the liquid glues. You can easily use your liquid glues. It ain't gonna matter. So again, just a quick little thing. They did round the tops. I don't personally think it matters rounding the tops or not, but if you think you need to round the tops, go for it. What the heck's going on here? Seems very, very crooked. So I'm going to try fixing it, and of course I'm holding on to my glue stick as I'm trying to do this. There we go. So, yeah, I'm just enjoying my time today. I'm trying to clean and reorganize some more. It feels never ending, the organizing, because I get so much lovely stuff during the summer, but I know I use it up. I do use quite a bit of it during the winter, so it isn't like it's going to waste. It's just, it stacks up during the summer a little bit. And you just want to fold these wings to the outer side. So this one's a bit smaller, which is fine to me, but you might not want smaller. Everybody has their own way. Rachel did cut off the long ends, which I think I will do with the cardstock-ish pieces instead of these pieces, which is more more copy paper size. So when they're copy paper weight, I think doing it this way is probably the best. Now, if they're not copy paper weight, I could understand where someone may want to go off and cut off them long ends. But, and I mean, library card pockets normally are very thick. They're thicker kind of pockets, so we're just gonna do quick folds with this one. Yeah, this one's kind of short and skinny, which is fine. Again, as I said, they are going to come out a little differently depending on the one you're using. This one, I don't know if I Kool-Aid dyed it or what I did with it, but I do know it is very colorful. That's as much as I know. Oops. Well, I guess I'm doing it the opposite way with these ones. That's okay. That just means this is already bent to where I want it. And these ones I might not decorate as much just because they're so colorful as they are. And they look so pretty as they are. I don't really want to wreck it. Yeah. Just itty bitty ones. Which is fine. Now, these ones are a little heavier than what my next set of them are. And I just want to make sure you understand that. The next ones, I was thinking I may have to double up the papers. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Again, I just think that's so pretty, the natural dyeing there. Because these are actually thinner than copy paper. They're like thin. Which is okay. It just means that they're a little easy to mess up, I guess. But I'm hoping, because I'm adding the one part of it to these, it is not going to come out as thin as you think it would. Again, we'll see, because this is probably the thinnest paper I have. But I like doing collage with this paper, actually. What I think too is interesting is this paper is from a book about the Thomas Jefferson's reign as president, and a lot of different things that go around that aspect. Again, this is way lighter paper, so I'm trying to be cautious with it, not rip it. But that's okay. Sometimes it helps to use what you have and just learn with it instead of, yeah, you know what I mean. And it actually feels thicker when you go to do this, so maybe this idea of strengthening the sides with this part was an awesome idea. Because, yeah, it don't feel as thin. Well, it does in this area. It does feel very thin, but that can get strengthened easily by decorating this. So, alright. We're done with that pile. Now I'm going to use some of this dictionary page. And I'm like slowly falling off my chair. Sorry about that. And again, this is a very thin dictionary page, but I thought, oh, it'd be cool to use it. So we're going to try it. One thing I do like about doing this too is if there's, you know, that rip from you ripping it out of a book, it does not necessarily affect this at all. So that's a plus. Today I've been listening to some podcasts on Spotify, which, while I'm cleaning the house and that type of thing, since I'm without the kids today, that's what I normally do, is clean, clean, clean when I get a break. It feels like that's all I ever do sometimes, because my 5-year-old is at that stage where as soon as she sees that an area is clean, she has to make it a mess stage, which drives me nuts, but at the same time, it's the age group. That's what I keep on telling myself anyways. So yeah, I'm been dealing with that. Yesterday I watched a movie, which I don't normally watch movies, and I don't normally try to watch movies either, but I felt like yesterday was a movie day, so I chose a comedy. I love Adam Sandler, so I knew that Netflix has a habit of only having grown-ups on for a certain period of time, and then they quit showing it, so I was trying to watch it while I still had a chance to, kind of a thing, when I knew it first initially came on, because otherwise I, again, have a habit of not being able to watch it, so, before they take it down again. So I watch a lot of my favorite movies that way. Like, as soon as I saw that they had, whatchamacallit, they had, see, this one, it's way too much, so I am going to cut it as straight as I can. It don't have to be perfect. So we got one going here. And this is back to thicker paper. Again, I tried to make it as straight as I could. Don't have to be perfect. As long as you're pretty straight when it comes down to this line, you're pretty okay. But yeah, I was happy to get to watch Grown Ups. I didn't see Grown Ups 2. I'm not sure if it's on there or not. But when I do catch them, I normally, again, try to... No, I don't... Let's do it this way. So, you need to watch where you're folding your pieces, because sometimes this happens. Where I'd prefer this side compared to the other side. Happens. I completely just dropped my distress ink thing. That's okay. Yeah, I'm not able to angle it right. There we go. So I wanted to show you how many different types of papers you could use in order to do this. I might do a part 2 just to show you how to decorate them, but I'm having too much fun mass making this to right now care about decorating them. I wanted to make a bunch of these just because I'll forget about doing these again, and I know this, so I'm better off just making a bunch at once rather than playing the game of forgetting about them. And I personally, sometimes I don't want to decorate them until I know what I'm going to be using them on, so that's where these ones are probably going to stay plain. I'm probably not going to decorate these ones because I'm not sure what I'm going to be using them on yet. And once I figure that out, they'll start getting used. But not everything you make necessarily you want decorated immediately. Just saying. And it's just like coming apart right there. So there we go. We got all our neutrals done. So these are all our neutral ones. Again, I wanted to show you the different pieces of paper you could be using. You don't necessarily have to use a specific kind of book page and that type of thing. Now we're going to get to like scrapbooking paper types. Now this one, I'm going to purposely make it so the one side is what's shown. And sometimes if you don't have a bone folder or you can't find yours, which most of the time mine is, can't find mine, you can use the end of your scissors here and just do it that way. So I want that one that way. Now, I want this to be the part that shows. So, yeah, I just totally did that bent tip before I made the decision. So, or before I started this aspect of it, because I wanted to make sure it's where I want it and not somewhere else. So if you can tell, I tried to make sure they were opposite. And this is not copy paper. This is actually Autumn Pals, the paper tree, and the one that I'm currently on it is the insert collection, but I actually bought all the collections for the Autumn Pals, so it don't necessarily mean anything, I guess. Again, I made sure I wanted the whole collection because I wanted to be able to make albums and maybe a journal with it, but I wanted to make sure I had multiple different kinds of papers, not necessarily all the same, but to go with the theme. So that's what I did. I think after these two I'm gonna have to fold over my journaling or glue page so I can go off and make sure it's less sticky, because I think that's part of my issue right now, because it's so sticky. Everything's sticking to it. So yeah, when your glue page starts getting too sticky, that's your go ahead to know, okay, I need to change my paper. But I'm gonna wait until I'm done doing this part before I start doing that. And this is A4 size, which that's kind of why I liked buying from the paper tree, or buying paper tree products from scrapbooking.com, is because then I don't have to worry about, again, cutting off to size and everything. It's already pre-cut to size. All I have to do is start creating with it. So there's our second one. Alright, now let's get into like a thicker cardstock one, which is these ones. These are thicker cardstock. It's very much thick compared to the other ones. I am gonna glue this down in half. Cut it out, glue it in half, and stick it in my one area. Alright, so now let's deal with thicker cardstocks. Now, if you have a scoreboard, it might be great to use a scoreboard with this. I have a tiny one here, but it ain't long enough for this, so it ain't gonna work. So I'm just gonna do what I've been doing. And there is a fly around my head. Yeah, I'm using it to squash it. So I don't end up somehow not making this look as good as it could. So we got that one done. Let's get done with this one. Again, I really like, I bought this, is called Actually, I have it on me. The piece. I have this waffle flower pattern paper. Pattern design, Cassie Lezzolo. I don't know how to spell that or pronounce that. And it's called Special Delivery. And this I got, again, on clearance at scrapbooking.com. And this is why I have been buying from scrapbooking.com, is because I know that this is what I like to use. So, and I like buying off with clearance rack, obviously. This one I'm going to do the opposite direction, which is fine. I can do it opposite because I want the bare minimum when it comes down to yellow. And I figured by having these postage ones, they're a little bit easier when it comes down to making these with more versatile is what I'm talking about, actually. Makes it very versatile with the others, so, or with other pieces that I use. And also, when it comes down to this too, you could easily take a stencil, because this is all white. You can take a stencil and easily make it a little less white. Now, yeah, you can get it so it's curved edges. I did do that with this one, and I'll probably do it with the other two too. I'm okay with doing it with the thicker papers. It's just the non-thick papers I kind of like, not really. I think they need that thickness, not the opposite. I just want to see if it works better trying to cut it from this way or not, or if it makes it harder. Yeah, it's definitely harder to cut it like this. So now you know. Definitely harder to cut it that way. And these tiny strips too, you could easily throw into your scraps bin and reuse them for other things, like making little booklets and stuff like that. So, just an idea. Then you don't necessarily need a whole lot. So I'm going to save, more than likely, them pieces. Yeah, I'm saving these pieces. What I'll end up doing is cutting them about that size, folding them in half, and then stapling them to old scrap paper. It's a great way of using your scraps. Let's get this one done like that. Alright, let's get gluing now. That we cut what we needed to cut. So yeah, it may take a little bit longer for you to do these ones because you have to cut off them pieces, but again, then you have pre-made pieces that are ready to go for making more, or for pockets and stuff like that. So it's just nice to have that look ready to go. Again, I personally like making sure I can glue, they're glued down really good. Because it is cardstock, you might want to use your glitter glue or Fabri-Tac if you're interested in them ones for that. Alright, now let's get to the Christmas ones. And this is double-sided. So, you know with double-sided it's going to be very different. And I know it's too long, but when you start. But that's okay. It can be too long right now. You can cut it to whatever size you want it. And I figured, well, Christmas is around the corner. Might as well because again, you can make it as thick or, you know, as tall as you want it to go in a piece. So this would make it, yeah, about 7. That, clip that. Got that one cut. Now, this one I should just flip over and then cut it. Because I do seem to cut it straighter when I'm doing this way. And again, I'll probably keep these because then I can, again, use my scraps. So, again, I just Yeah, this ain't the right way. Lovely. No. Let me see. So when I went to fold it, yeah, okay. And this probably would work better with a bone folder, but again, not everybody has a bone folder. So, yeah, it's about 7. So this is double-sided cardstock too, so that's what makes this way thicker than what it normally would be, to be honest. But that's okay. I am alright with that. Again, my goal was to just use this up, or use my stuff, you know. I sometimes forget to use what I have instead of buying more. And hence why this actually ended up happening, was because I completely and utterly forgot about a lot of things. But that's okay. Happens. We got that one done. Let's get this next one glued in. And again, with these thicker type papers, you may need to use a liquid glue over glue stick, because chances are they're going to come up quite a bit, no matter what kind of glue stick you use. So don't take it as I'm against using glue sticks. No. Definitely not. Take it as this girl loves using her glue stick, and certain things you can't use glue stick with. So again, I wanted to show you what the different papers were like. I wanted to use up, these are part of my, I just want to use up some of my papers that I have had sitting that were scraps and that type of thing. So again, I'm probably going to be making these for a while, but I wanted to show you what the different papers would be like. So I know that I'm not decorating them like Roxy did, but again, I made quite a few. I did do a mass make with these, so this should help in the future. Again, mass make your pockets. You don't always have to use them immediately or anything else like that. You just have fun with it. Again, I got some of my autumn ones done, so I have some for autumn. I have some made out of a paper pack that I know goes with a lot of things. I also did a Christmas one. So, I mean, this way I have them too for future dates. I did a lot of neutrals for that reason. So I hope you enjoy it, the rest of your day or night. Bye.